Welcome back everybody. So today I'm doing another video on the exploits, bugs, glitches, and other different issues with Battlefront 2. This one is after patch 1.03, so the original video, that was just the vanilla game, the default game, before any patches were put in. This is after all the updates that have been added to the game. So the things you're going to see here are just anything after patch 1.03 and also after the credits that they updated. Any issues are still with the game that are currently happening, and just doing another video on this. So I'm just going to show you some, different gameplays, different things. Some of these exploits or bugs or stuff like that are still in the game, but just to show that they are still happening. Others are new ones that I've come across and just wanted to show here to get them fixed as soon as possible, and other kind of different bugs and exploits that you'll see here. I also know that there's a new update coming for the Last Jedi DLC that's going to come out with the patch coming with it. It's supposed to fix a bunch of issues with the game. Hopefully most of this stuff does get fixed with it, but just in case, I'm just including everything so far, so that way if it isn't fixed by then, they know what else to address next to also get that fixed. But anyways, with that being said, let's get started with the video here. Oh, and again, just something I forgot to add here real quickly. Again, this is just for reporting purposes. Please don't use this in-game. This is just to show that these exploits and glitches and bugs are in the game. Please don't actually use these to use it as a benefit in the game. This is just to get this stuff patched and fixed. So if you see any ones I've did from the last video, it's just to show that they're still possible to be done just so they can get fixed sooner. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, let's get started. Okay, first one off here is 2 and 1. Basically, the first one I want to note here, both these are just nothing about exploits, but this is a little bit of an unbalanced issue that needs to get fixed. First one is with Boba Fett, where he can last in the air for a really, really long time. Like, this is one of his more, a little bit on the lengthy side, but I've seen ones where he's gone, like, stood in the sky forever, and both, he can have maxed out cards where he can just one-shot heroes in the sky. With the barrage, if he uses all three of those barrage cards, he can just pretty much one-shot heroes with it. Or if he maxes out all of his fuel, he can just stay up in the sky forever, and it really causes problems with heroes versus villains. And I think the best thing to do is like maybe put like a soft kill barrier on heroes versus villains, where he can't stay in the sky for more than 10 seconds. That would make it so that he can't just exploit that beyond belief or something. Just something to make it so he doesn't do that. Another issue is also with heroes versus villains. After patch 1.03, the Choose Your Path achievement got a little bit bugged. Originally, you could do it where you could both get elimination and elimination assist would both count for the achievement. Where if you get marked, you have to kill the other marked hero on the enemy team. But now it only counts for elimination, which makes the achievement incredibly difficult, where you can only get it for eliminations and it doesn't count for elimination assists anymore. But yeah, I just wanted to note those two, and just get those two noted that they need to get fixed. So one's an unbalanced issue, and the other one's kind of like a little bit of a broken issue after the new patch update. So off to the next ones here. Next one I'm showing you here is an issue with the LAAT. I think it might have been caused maybe by the new or the patch update 1.03, because I've noticed not always, but sometimes when you use the heat sink ability on the LAAT, when you try to fire it, for some reason it does this weird glitch where it turns on and off while you're firing, and it just I don't know if it's not like if it's actually going on and off, or if it's just graphically and sound wise going off, but I'll try and let it play out here where it makes that sound issue. And what you're going to notice here is it's just making this really weird sound of like it's just going on and off, and you can see laser going on and off. I don't know if the damage is stopped, but I just noticed this is a little bit of a bug issue, and it happened after patch 1.03, and so I just wanted to see if maybe that was the maybe caused because of the new update that came for 1.03. So that's also something to note there. This doesn't always happen, it just sometimes happens, and it doesn't happen if I just use regular fire, but it happens every so often with the LAAT's heatsink infected. Not always again, but just sometimes. Okay, and this one here is another one I want to show. I already showed a video on this already, but just wanted to go in depth to show again that this is still happening after the credit update. I'm not sure when this actually started, but it's still not fixed after the credit update. Basically, sometime, I don't know when, I started noticing that when I open crates, I'm not getting any of the duplicate credits. I'll get regular credits if it's just regular credits that I get from the crates, but if it's credits from a duplicate, I won't get those. I did already a video on this already, but I wanted to show that it's definitely still happening. It's when I try to open up a crate, it still happens. When I open it up, I'll get the crafting parts, I'll get the credits, but I won't get the duplicates. And some people have been experiencing this, others have not. The ones that have, like myself, it's really annoying because I'm just stockpiling crates and I can't open up crates until I am able to receive this. I've checked it and I'm still not updated with credits. I'll show here again. As you can see, this is one of the crates from the update, from the Last Jedi DLC, for completing the factions or whatnot. One of the challenges, and also one of the dailies, I think, or the barrage challenge. And again, I open it up, and I only get the 250 from the credits, but not from the duplicate. That did not get rewarded to me. And what I'm going to show here is also when I try to open up the crates here for the Last Jedi challenge, which you'll see here. Again, I get screwed over on this too, and I'm not even saying like I got screwed over with the fact that it's just duplicates after all that work for it, but I don't even get rewarded the credits, so I get 800 credits. It doesn't even reward my credits. No matter what I do, it doesn't change. Even when I try to see if maybe open them one at a time for some of the dailies, or open them all at once, or check them out, look at them, just see if anything changes, it doesn't. I get the crafting parts, I'll get the credits, but I won't get credits from duplicates. So at this point, basically until this gets fixed, I'm not going to open up any credits. This was just a show, just for example, that it's not changing, and just to show that even after the update, showing you with the crate that I got from the Last Jedi challenge, it still is not opening, it's still not rewarding me the credits. So again, I've tried waiting a couple days, I've tried seeing if playing a few games, recording how many credits I have, and see if it eventually updates. It doesn't. It just never shows up. So if someone could fix this as soon as possible, please, that'd be great, because unfortunately it's getting really difficult to not open up any crates because I'm not getting rewarded anything, and so I'm basically just losing out on credits at this point. Okay, so the next one here is just one that I want to show. Right around the edges of the ship, you can get caught between the terrain and the ship. So not sure if they need to put like some type of wall barrier here so that people don't get caught between it. But yeah, the only way to get out of it was just kill yourself. But just want to note that real quickly with this. But in the same match, another issue occurred where lighting got a little buggy, and basically when I spawned in, even though you see I'm a regular trooper, I spawned in with no light affecting my character, so it looked like I had dark armor, which was pretty cool, but I just wanted to note it down. But it's nothing too big, just something I thought that was something I should bring up with some of the bugginess in the game. Okay, next one here is not really a big deal. It's just something I thought was pretty funny, but I know some people might get mad at it, or if DICE wants to fix it just because, they want to make sure no one gets frustrated by it. But just thought it was funny, and something to put here was basically I got killed by the Trident ship by the CIS. When it came in, I was in the LAAT just flying through, and then I was like, wait, what just killed me? Just instantly died, and it was the Trident ship. But I just thought I was put it on here just for maybe some laughs, but it's also something that just happened. Not sure if it needs to get fixed, but thought I should mention anyways. So on this one, what happened was it was pretty interesting. Basically, where my ship, where it kicks me out of it because it's time to move on to phase 3. My starship that I'm in, basically I get kicked out of the X-wing, and when I get put back down as an infantry, somehow I still have both the HUD of the starfighter and my regular HUD. And it did go away eventually, but it was kind of weird, so I just thought it should be something I should report, just they see if they can get that fixed. But yeah, here it is anyways. Okay, and so the next one here that I want to show is basically a bug where I can't I wasn't able to access it. Like every time I kept trying to claim the reward, it kept doing this over and over. It eventually gave in, but it just I had to keep pressing the button over and over because it just would not give it to me for the longest time, and then finally it just gave in. But um, not sure what happened, but yeah, some issues with milestones I've heard like this, or they get 100%, but they can't claim the reward from some of the different milestone sections. So yeah, I just wanted to note that. Also, this is kind of a feature request I really would like to see. Basically, when you add people in the multiplayer group, when I do looking for groups on Xbox Live, you have options to invite people. And when I invite people in, basically I can't kick certain people from the multiplayer group because of the fact that there's no kick option. So what happens is, say we get like a group of 10 people, but we get 5 more and they want to get in, but the lobby's full and the game's over and we back out. The problem is when we try to back out and get them in the group, if one person doesn't leave, either because of whatever issue it might be or whatever reason there is, I can't kick them from the group. And what happens is if they've left and they're not coming back and we have to kick them from the group, I can only just kick them from the party chat, but I can't, kick them out of the party group so that we can join up again. So what happens is we all have to leave and we all have to regroup, and it causes a whole cluster mess of trying to get everyone back in the group again and start another match. And by then you've lost about 4 or 5 people already again, and so you're back down to the numbers that you are. And it really caused a lot of problems, and people just get frustrated with it. So that's just a feature request that I would just asking if they could add that in to get that fixed. But yeah, that was just one thing I noted. The next ones are going to going forward, are going to start getting a little more in detail with less glitches and bugs and more with exploits and getting out of the maps or using certain things to a disadvantage that also need to get patched. But I want to kind of save those things best for last here. But anyways, just want to note that if we can get that feature request in. But anyways, moving on to the next section here. Okay, so the next 2 clips I'm going to do side by side. Both of them are with the LAAT that I feel like there's issues with it that need to be addressed. One is that I feel like the health of the LAAT is way too weak. Even going against it, I feel it's way too easy for me to take it down. I feel like it needs to have some increase in health, like either about maybe 50% to 100% health increase, maybe somewhere around that range. But it just feels a little bit too easy to just take this thing out for what it's worth. So that's something I just felt that they need to improve on, because as you can see, I can just take this down like as if it's nothing, just all by myself, pretty much doing the majority of the damage. I know you can do a lot of damage with sniper rifles and sentry guns and other kind of weapons, but I just feel like they should improve the health of it though still, because it's just too simple to take it down. And the next one up here, sorry, I just wanted to play that whole clip out just to show you just how easy it was. But the next clip I want to show you here is also the hit detection with the LAAT. Basically, I was trying to shoot this AAT and I got clear line of sight of it. You can't, deny it. I just have it right there in sight, and I'm just shooting at it, and it's just not detecting any hits. It's, you see, like I did some damage in some areas where I got hit markers, but basically the majority where I hit the body, it's just like as if it's just not registering any hits at all. So just wanted to note that there's just an issue where certain parts of the LAAT shooting the the AAT is just not getting any registered damage on it. So just wanted to note that as well as another issue that needs to get addressed with the LAAT that needs to get fixed. This is something we found while I was playing in a group of 15 players. We were trying to see if this was possible because we saw that it was clearly an area where you can stand, but it looks like they were never designed to let people get here, unless I guess you were maybe one of the special units, the aerial units that could use your jetpack to get up there. But other than that, I don't see that you were intended for soldiers to get up there. But we show that we can, hop on each other's heads and get up and over on the ledge, and we were able to hold down the enemy doing that. But I'm not sure if that's intentionally unbalanced or anything, but I'm just going to leave it up to DICE to decide on that one. I don't know if that was intended, because it doesn't look like it was ever designed in that way to be used that way. But still, just in case, I'm just putting this here. Okay, now we're moving to the issues where you can get out of the map. So the first one here, it wasn't intentional, but if someone figures out where the spot is exactly, where you won't die when you fall down, maybe even using boba, you can pretty much get out of the map. And, well, not pretty much, you do get out of the map. I just got kicked by Darth Maul, or force choked and then pushed right off the edge, and instead of dying, I just flew all the way down, and I was trying to get myself back up, and instead I couldn't, and I thought maybe if I went down, I'd find another route to get back up, and or maybe see how far this goes down, and it goes all the way down to the ground. So yeah, basically there's just a way to just get out of the map. It's not intentional, I don't for me to get out, but I just wanted to show that there's a way that you can get knocked out of the map and there's no way of getting back up. So yeah, I just want to show you guys this and let you guys just see for yourself that there is a way to get out of the map, but it's not the only way. There's another one with Boba Fett that I'm going to show next. Okay, and the next one here is Boba on Theed, where he can also get out the map on Heroes versus Villains. This one isn't new. I showed this in the last video before the patch 1.03, but it looks like he can still do it. Not sure if this is going to be if this is going to be getting fixed for the new patch that's going to be coming out tomorrow. So basically, as you can see here, I can do the same thing as last time. I was just showing that a more quicker version of this, where I'm just showing that you can get from both sides, both those ledges right next to the open doorway. You can go in through one way, go out the other way, come back in through the other way, go out the other way. So they're both ways you can keep coming in and out of there and just basically hiding. And unfortunately, no other character can get him. I mean, it would be great if they had another character for the hero side that had jetpack or something like that, but unfortunately no. So you can't have anyone go in there and get them out. So basically, Boba can just hide in there the entire time and never get killed. So just want to show that. Hopefully this gets fixed, but just want to show you again that this is still happening even after after patch 1.03. Next up is another one with Boba Fett getting out of the map. This time it's on Yavin, on Heroes vs. Villains. I was trying, not necessarily intentionally, I mean, after I found it, I wanted to show how you get out of the map, but I was originally just trying to find a high ledge to hang out until the other character got chosen, so that way I could, try and go for those achievements for Choose Your Path. because I don't want to get killed while waiting the next guy to spawn in and whatnot. So I was waiting for that opportunity to happen, but instead when I was doing that, this happened instead, and I spent a long time trying to find my way out because I kept trying looking anywhere to get out, but I could not find a way out. I was just stuck in there, and luckily though, near the end, I think I did eventually get out of there, but it was pretty difficult getting stuck in there. Every time I kept trying to find a new way out, I just fell further and further down, so it was pretty much very difficult. It was kind of like trying to get out of a maze. But yeah, this is another issue where I can get through the map as well. Okay, so next one here, this is the most annoying one on Endor, and hopefully it's getting fixed. I see so many people in the forums posting about it. It's a stupid speeder bike. It is just, it is frustrating. It is really just on your edge, getting frustrated because you can work hard and get, a character like Luke, and this guy pops out in the middle of nowhere and goes, "Hey, I'm gonna run you over because I can see you on your mini map, and I'm just gonna try and go for an easy kill." I got lucky there, but yeah, seriously, I was just running for my life trying to get up there because it is getting really frustrating with these players doing this. So I'm just like, I have to run up and just sit up on the silo because this is how annoying it gets. It's just like no skill at all. All they gotta do is just jump up here and be safe, and then they can just run you over if you come down. And I made the mistake thinking that we'd finally move up close enough, and I come down only to realize that was a really big mistake. And so basically what you're doing is you're playing a game of Tremors, hopping on ledges, because the second you go down, whether you're a hero or a villain, you'll get killed instantly because those bikes are just flying all over the map looking for your symbol showing you as a hero. And they benefit from this too because they get a lot of XP from it, or battle points from it, because the second they kill you, they're also getting a lot of points. They're making up both the points that they lose when they die with a speeder bike, and the kills that they get, including heroes, which is like a big bonus for them. So yeah, I really hope they get rid of this because it's really cheap, it's really newbie, it's just a huge cheap exploit to instant kill your teammates, or not teammates, to kill the heroes. And I hope they're fixing this in the next update. I really hope this is one of the things that they patch, because this is just one of the newbiest things, and it's just absolutely irritating. Really gets annoying. And yeah, I make the unfortunate mistake here while doing this weird glitch where if I stand still I'm hopping up and down. I end up doing the mistake of coming down thinking the coast was clear, and in reality it wasn't. And like I said with the villains, same situation. I picked Palpatine, and as you can see, this guy's looking at his minimap, looking, goes, "I know he's somewhere around here, but I can't find him," because he sees me on there. He can clearly see me, and he's looking on the minimap, just looking for me. And as you can see, he's right there. He knows I'm right there, but he doesn't know where exactly. And I thought, maybe if I could, come down and zap him again, but I kind of take a little bit of a loss of health on that one. But it was kind of worth it trying to get rid of these guys. I thought, I got rid of one of them, but unfortunately they're all there waiting, and just more of them just keep coming. And unfortunately, there's very little you can do if you're a melee character, like Luke or Palpatine. And unfortunately, I just play this game with just running for my life. Just run and just hope that they don't catch up to me, because if they do, I'm dead. So I just keep running, hopping, whatever I can do, just stay as far away from them as possible, and yeah, pretty much I can't help my teammates out like I'm supposed to, like as a team player, because I gotta play pretty much Tremors with these speeder bikes, and I just run all the way back. I just do this for a very, very long time, going all the way back to where the wall is, and I hop over it and stay safe from that point on for the rest of the match, pretty much. And as you can see, as I get up on top of this wall here, just on the gate side, I decided to go for the middle. Sure enough, while I'm here, guess where who comes from? Yep, goes all the way here because he sees me on the mini map. Yeah, really annoying. But yeah, that's the problem that we're dealing with right now on Endor, where most people can't use their heroes in Phase 2 because of this. Oh, and also there's a something I've been told about Palpatine being able to use his lightning through the walls, but don't have any footage of that, but just wanted to note that down. Now, this is just a balance issue. I'm not going to go into the full detail of it because it would be too long for video. But long story short, Yavin right now is currently probably one of two maps that's just hugely disadvantaged for the attackers. I show like a live video, decided to record this both as the offensive team and as the defensive team to show that the Imperials have like no chance of winning every time they get stopped at Phase 2 or Phase 3. They never really progress past that, and so I just want to show like a quick video of it, just showing both sides, both when I'm playing on defense and playing on offense, showing that these are same people switching sides, and still no progress can be made. So again, the same thing just happens where I just keep we are losing phase 1 or winning phase 1 if we're attacking, but it's like somewhere around phase 2 to phase 3, it just doesn't happen. No matter what they do, no one can win on this. I've yet to see, on my end at least, I've yet to see a match where the Imperials win. Either it's the Rebels that win at phase 2 or phase 3, but it's just even with the increase from the patch 1.03 for having 50 tickets, on Java it doesn't work, and neither does it seem like for Camino. Camino seems like they have the same issue, where basically it's just no one can win. I have won few matches, but it's just the amount of matches I've won versus the amount of matches I've played on that map. Not even close. Not even close to like victory. Even when you have a good team, I've only gotten like maybe 1 or 2 victories on it in total. As for Yavin though, I have yet to get a single one because the entire time the attackers are at a disadvantage, and no matter how hard they try, and they get pretty close when I'm playing on the Rebels, but they still lose. It's just way too easy for the Rebels to defend their locations than it is for the Imperials to attack. And again, like that was just the Rebel side, but you can watch the Imperial side as well. And no matter what, no matter how like well we strategized, we were playing with them. I wasn't playing with the full team like I did one time where we got pretty close into phase 4, but I was playing with a team here, and we did coordinate. We all decided, which target we're gonna hit first. We make sure that we're all like coordinated on that, and we do that. We follow through with it, making sure like we first put a distraction one so that every rebel went to one side and we went to the other, and we just full on sprinted, just kept charging, taking them out while we armed it, and then just basically kept doing this thing where we go to one side and then switch to the other side, just keep confusing them so that when we finally do arm one and we have enough people there, they can't fight us back. And I'm using the ATST and just holding them off, and I actually pretty much last almost forever in this thing almost. I think eventually I die and I get another one, but yeah, pretty much there's nothing that they can do. We take all the objectives, and still basically it's always a disadvantage for the attackers. They just can't really beat the defenders because of the way that the thing's set up. Same thing with Camino. The real issue with Camino is mostly with Phase 4. Phase 4 with Camino, it's just there's only 2 routes, and so as long as they have 10 on each side defending, it's practically impossible to get through. And they can just delay them just long enough, and there's very few matches where I've seen the Camino where the clones have lost. But on this Yavin, I've yet to see that the Imperials win. Okay, next one we have here is the Wookiee exploit, where you overload and you can keep refreshing it. Basically, as you can see here, I hit it on, hit it off, hit it back on again, and hit it back off again, and hit it back on again, and hit it back off again. Um, Basically, this can only be done, it seems like, on the Clone War era. It doesn't happen in the sequel or the original era. But basically, yeah, you can keep doing this with your overload and basically have unlimited overload. As long as you keep disabling it before it runs out, you can keep doing this. And this is an issue that happened even before patch 1.03. But I'm just showing that it's still doable. I showed it in my last video, but it's still doable as well. This is footage of me using it, showing that it's still able to be done in the new after the patch 1.03. Hopefully, after the patch comes out, this one also gets fixed, because otherwise you can just keep taking the overload off and then putting it back on and just keep doing it again and again, and basically have infinite amount of overload and just keep using it. So yeah, again, this is just one of those that has been there since the beginning of the game that hopefully gets fixed as well with the new update that's coming out for the Last Jedi. And here we have the Galactic Assault's biggest exploit, where the AAT can spawn kill the LAAT, and it's just way too easy. You know, it looks like I'm not really spawn killing it, but once you get in the good positions, that's basically where it starts becoming spawn killing, because you can just sit in a point, probably right after this clip, where you're going to see where I can just do that typical thing where you can just sit there and wait for it to spawn in. Naboo is a little bit difficult because, again, it is covered with buildings, so it's a little bit harder, but once you find the spots that you can just sit there and wait, you can get it right as it spawns in every time. It just doesn't take much effort to do. But this is just to show again here that the patch 1.03 did not resolve the issue. Hopefully the new patch coming out does resolve this issue, because the new patch where the AAT that they moved the spawning was supposed to help, and also the LAAT's path was supposed to help, but it didn't. It just didn't really do much for it. It just made it a little bit easier to take down, pretty much, if anything. So basically, personally, what I think is the AAT overall is just, I think the AAT overall is just overpowered. I know that it sounds like a stretcher, but it's like there's no damage reduction in distance firing, no accuracy loss. You can fire this thing a long ways and never miss, and that's the problem with it. It's just, even at a far distance, you can't miss with this thing. So if you're on target, you're gonna hit it. At first, it's like, you know, just getting into position. At the very beginning, you're starting, and it just regular kills. But just to show you, again, nothing's changed here. The two spots that the LAAT spawns, you can just get it real easy right off the bat when it spawns in. But also what I want to show here is something else that I found in the game. Basically, well, by mistake, when I was just casually playing the AAT after a while, when I got bored of the spawn killing, it turned out, looks like there's a whole new mess that can happen with the AAT spawn kill and the LAAT, and it happens right near the beginning of the phase. If you're someone that gets, if there's a player that gets close to getting the AAT right off the bat, he can actually get into an even more incredibly disadvantaged spot, where he can just basically just rain down fire right as the LAAT spawns. Like this one, you got maybe a couple seconds But the next one, the one that I found here that I'm going to be showing in a couple clips later, basically what happened was it turned out that you could actually do a lot worse. You can kill it right as it spawns. It's almost more obvious than the second phase area where you see where the LAAT spawns in the first phase area. You can get it right where it spawns. But yeah, I'm just showing, like, again, nothing's changed on this. You can just easily rack up a lot of points doing this, and nothing can be done against it. Infantry, other vehicles, other units just don't stand a chance. But yeah, I just wanted to show each individual part of it, showing you both areas where I can spawn kill on Kashyyyk and on Naboo, but also then showing, you know, people trying to fight back, and it just does not go well for them, because when they try to fight back, they just lose. And it's real easy, just 2 taps with linked fire, or if you're not linked. But that's the problem. I think they have to reduce the damage, because it's not just the fact that it can easily kill the LAAT, but the fact that this thing is just pinpoint accuracy and huge explosions from even far distance. When I was infantry, I found this out, that this guy was sitting all the way back of the map, and he could shoot like a sniper with, you know, a goddamn nuke on it, and basically just spawn kill you all the way back from his spot into the ship, into the Venator. Basically, right where you spawn in as a clone, right over there, you can actually get spawn killed out of that hangar area. It's not even hard, and I tried finding cover and stuff, and you think, like, I'm not saying like I just tried to find like around the corner and cover and I died from the explosion, which would make sense still, but I got way behind explosive, like a lot of areas to hide, like really far back, and this thing has so much damage, or blast radius, that it's basically like you have to go through 5 different areas in order to avoid the damage blast, because it's so huge. Yeah, even like 2-3 walls won't do it. I've tried running far back, and I've been hit by this thing with no problem. And again, like, to show you, this thing is a beast. I mean, people come at it and it just barely does any damage. And you can just snipe bombers out of the sky, fighters out of the sky. You can hit infantry that are shooting at you. And everyone tries to go after me, just no luck with them trying to get me, because it's just pinpoint accuracy with no missing, and it's really easy just to shoot them when they try to come at you. No matter what they do, you can just keep, you know, pulling this moving. As you see, they keep trying to, you know, come after me, nose bomb, dive at me. Even one guy eventually kamikazes at me, and it doesn't go well for him. He just crashes. And that's when the next part I'm about to show you. And this guy, who's a good pilot and all, I took him out as well. But yeah, you're gonna see what just happened here. What happens is, basically, I climbed up a mountain, basically, or a hill here, if you want to call it that, the tree trunk. I was trying to avoid getting damage taken, and so I'm trying to move up, and I'm just getting hit and hit and hit. And as I'm trying to fall back not to get destroyed, because actually finally someone was able to do decent damage to me, but not enough for me to find a hiding spot and recover. As my armor's recovering, I realize where the area is. The out of balance is way up there, and I just decide, I wonder if I can take this up and around and hit them from the side, and I'd be underneath the LAAT when it spawns in. But I even found out something even worse about that, which I'm about to show you, but I just want to show you this, how I ended up coming across this. So I'm coming up over the ledge, and as I come up over the ledge, I see, you know, like, this is the part where you're out of bounds, but you can sneak around. But that's when I see the LAT just spawn in, and I realized, whoa, you can just see it right as it spawns in. And so I go back, you know, shoot him out of the sky, and I wonder, like, how much more of an advantage is this than being back at the beach? And this is when I find out, right between the cloud and the mountains, or actually the sky and the mountains, there's that little, well, big cloud, the whitish looking cloud right there a little bit below. where the LAAT spawns, and not long after you know, not long after it spawns, you can hit it right off the bat. This is my first time just coming across it, finding out about this, and trying to learn about the spot. Like, is it really that much of an advantage? And that's when I see it. You know, when the next one spawns in, how quick I can take it down. This is not even like 5 seconds. Take out the 5 seconds now on the math here when it spawns in. It's only that 10 seconds in queue for an LAAT spawn in, and you can just keep destroying the next one every time they keep trying to call it in. This match they didn't call it in so much, so I didn't see it happen, but then I saved the footage. But again, watch in slow motion here. So right here, right between where those clouds are, boom. And you can just start firing at it instantly. And basically, this is my first time finding out about this, and then I tried to see how much more of an advantage it was in another match. I had 2 footages, but the other one, the other file corrupted on me, so there's nothing I can do to recover it, unfortunately, because it was used in Mixer, so it got corrupted and I couldn't use that footage. But that one, it was no one stopped getting the LAAT. Every chance you could spawn in another one, I got in that. So now there's no delay in the LAAT, killing the LAAT and getting in that spot and start firing at it. So now you're just, the question is 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds, kill an LAAT that spawns in. If you keep doing that over and over, you're gonna get more than 50,000 credits a match. Yeah, so hopefully this one gets fixed as well, because this one is gonna definitely take the cake on it. Like, the LAAT was a pretty bad one, but this one's just so much worse. You can just, it doesn't take that long. Just wait again, and next guy's gonna spawn right up again. So again, just to show you, this is what the new area people are gonna find out about that needs to get patched soon. So that's why the LAAT needs to get fixed real soon. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and hope this gets patched in the next update coming out for the Last Jedi DLC.